Good day to you one and all, it is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again. Today, oh no, string broke. That's not good. Today, I'll be talking about the Foo Fighters. They've got a song which lasts for, I don't know, 10 minutes or something like that. It's called The Teacher. I should have spoken of it before, but I've been frolicking on holidays, so you'll have to forgive me for the tardiness of this report, but nonetheless I will look upon it and give you my sincerest reaction. Justin Hawkins rides again. That sort of works, even without the string. Rubbish. Okay, so the Foo Fighters have released a new 10-minute song. It's called The Teacher, and it arrived alongside an accompanying short film. It's from the Foo Fighters' new album, But Here We Are, which is out now. It's the longest song that the band have ever recorded. Here we go. Again. Okay, we're looking at a B minor-ish. There might be some additional stuff going on this absent D string, but for now, let's call it a B minor. So that last note, who's at the door now? It goes to what would be my favourite note within that sort of B minor scale, which would be the ninth or the second. The reason why I love it is because if you finish a line on that note, who's at the door now? It's really sort of, I don't mean musically because I think that's something else, but it suspends, it's sort of, it leaves that line sort of unresolved in some way, because it's neither here nor here, which would be like the two nearest sort of elements of the traditional B minor triad, you know, and that's somewhere here. So you can either go up to the third or down to the root, but it's not, it's sort of just hangs there in the middle, and it just, I always find that a thought-provoking way to end a line, but it's also nice to start on that, because it forces you in one direction or another, and then it, you know, can determine the whole melodic path that you tread. So it's interesting to finish a line on that note. It just pulls you in, doesn't it? Which is the fifth. Who's at the door now? One step closer to the other side. Really cool. So this weird chord sequence there. B minor, something like a D. I think it's F, C. It's really difficult when you've got a string missing. I like that, what he's doing on the F there, because it sort of suggests, you know, because it's the root of the chord voicing goes down to an E from the F, which suggests major 7. So it's kind of like, that's one of the chords you get in things like Stairway to Heaven. It's, but when you voice it with the, you know, what traditionally would be the root, demands a movement afterwards. So you know something's coming. And then they have this sort of rising motif when it hits the C. Back to the B minor. And B minor is only one semitone away from C, but it's down. But so to have a rising motif that then goes down, it's pulling you around all over the place, but it all makes sense.
I wake up, where will I wake up? Hey kid, what's the plan for?
Weird, it goes to a sort of A sharp, B flat, then down a tone to G sharp. It's really interesting. There's nothing in there that's sort of that you'd consider to be like the recent songwriting tropes of chord sequences. It's really cool.
Hurry now, boys, I won't wait. Here in the
It's a really satisfying riff when you hear it played with the sort of the tights hi-hat fall to the floor pattern. Just to hear that sort of once it kicks off, it's awesome.
you cannot choose. Soul and spirit moving through.
What I love about it is it's like it's kicking off and it's I mean the drums are tight and the vocal is in a comfy register. He's not shredding his voice at this point. I would imagine he's saving that for like another section, but sometimes you hear bands that are chasing keys. They're trying to find like an area where it's puts the voice right on the edge, and it can be a bit uncomfortable to listen to when it's in the break part of the voice, or especially with someone like Dave. Like when you hear him sing hard, it's like as a vocalist, you're listening to it and thinking, oh my god, that must be really hurting. But right now he's sort of in the comfort zone, and I really love hearing him operate in that world. I think that's actually quite an emotional register for Dave Grohl, I think.
Hey kid, what's the plan for tomorrow?
And then he can sort of open up that sort of shreddy great stuff when he needs to, without it sounding like it's hurting.
Where will I wake up? Where will I wake up?
There's a guy with the second vocal.
What's the plan for tomorrow? Where will I wake up?
Where will I wake up? That harmony there, whereas you're getting that sort of vocal fry and distortion from that guy, which is probably Dave Grohl as well. But the prominent vocal is still comfy. This video is unbelievable. I'm just watching all this sort of arranged like collage, the stuff superimposed, eyeball superimposed. It's never just one thing. There's always layers of stuff to regard. This old like video camera footage. This is really kicking ass. This is a really cool bit. I feel like he's hitting the kick drum and like a crash cymbal at the same time. It reminds me of that Pixies song, "Gouge your way, you can gouge your way, stay all day if you want to," and that bit where it goes dum 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 dum. But this is actually that extended. It was always my favourite part of that Pixies song, and now it's like it's accounting for. I'm going to count the bars of that. I'm going to go back to about 3 minutes 50. 8 bars of it. 8 bars of dun 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 dun. Really cool. If something's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. I've often said that. Okay, so it gets to 5 minutes 30 and then it breaks down. Back on that B minor. I think there's a suggestion that it might be a B minor 7 because I felt like I heard somebody go in there, which is the minor 7th.
Every page turns, it's a lesson learned in time.
That's what that vocal's doing. It sounds folky when you play it like that, but also those are the notes that are the constituent parts of that sort of classic. So it's really about how you play it. That could be folky or rock and rolly. At the moment it sounds folky. It's just a nice descending melodic motif.
Try and make good with the air that's left. Counting every minute, living breath.
And this is a new bit. It's an F sharp minor, I think, to E major, which we haven't heard hitherto this moment. It's really nice. I mean, I haven't talked enough about how amazing this video is. It's up there with things like, Sledgehammer. Not in the sense that it's stop motion or anything. It's just such a weird collage. The aesthetic of it is, I don't know, it's unique, I think. There's all like things that look a bit like pagan imagery overlaid. It's sort of naive in some ways, but it's really brilliantly done. I always think, like from my own point of view, I mean, not suggesting that anybody would give a shit about, me being in a music video, but I would prefer not to be in a music video, unless it's something like this. This would be great.
Showed me how to need, never showed me how to say goodbye.
Really like that, the drum beat there, was the open hi-hat on the push, going into each bar.
You showed me how to need, never showed me how to say goodbye.
This is such a great melody because it seems to be staying on B minor, but let's say B minor 7 because it's got that there. It's a great hook on its own right, and then another one. This is, I mean, it doesn't feel forced in any way, does it? It's super. It just sounds like a really natural bit of songwriting. I mean, I know it's epic and ambitious and it has loads of different sections to it, but when you hear like the fact that it's pedaling on one chord while he's doing this sort of two different sort of melodic interpretations of what you can do with a B minor. It's just really, really well done. The sound of it is sort of, it's giving me Pink Floyd vibes actually. And then it kicks off again. There's a 7th chord in there. It might be, I think it's B7, isn't it? Which is unexpected. It's been B minor a lot of time. It goes to B7, which implies a major. Fucking hell, this is so powerful. The goodbye section at the end is amazing. God, that is sensational. And the way they f it up with a real nasty bit of digital distortion at the end and then it just cuts out. It's so beautiful, I mean, to look at and to listen to. It's really, really atmospheric and very moving. It's an amazing piece of work. Wow. Okay, so if you haven't checked this out yet, you've got to go and have a look at The Teacher by the Foo Fighters. Do yourselves a favour. Set aside 10 minutes and watch it properly. It's unbelievable. I can't really do it justice by, you know, talking about the stuff. You just got to watch it. So I strongly recommend you do that. Awesome stuff. It really is. It's amazing. So yeah, Foo Fighters. Well done. Justin Hawkins rides again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications and watch one of these 2 videos. Lots of love to you guys. See you on the ice. Cheers.